Hello, my dear students. Let's continue to the next paragraph of the lesson, A Shipwrecked Sailor. In the last class, we had discussed the tragic condition of our Velasco, the narrator. He was struggling hard in the open sea to save his fellow mates. Who were the fellow mates? Castillo, Caraballo, Rengifo and Herrera. They were at the same time, they were also trying their level best to save their life from water. It was really a pathetic condition, we know. Okay? What happened to the shipmates? That we can go through in the next paragraph, 7th paragraph. Please look at 7th paragraph. In contrast, Caraballo was struggling with Castillo so that Castillo wouldn't let go of his neck. They were less than 3 meters away. I figured that if they got just a little closer, I could hold out enough for them to grab. But at the moment, a gigantic wave lifted the raft. And from the top of the huge crest, I could see the mast of the small ship heading away from me. When I came down again, Caraballo had vanished, with Castillo hanging on his neck. Alone, 2 meters away, Rengifo was still swimming calmly towards the raft. Here in this paragraph, we can see Castillo and Caraballo. We know that these two shipmates, they were together always. Castillo was holding the neck of Caraballo. And that's why in this paragraph we can see in contrast as just an opposite of that. Caraballo was struggling with Castillo. Caraballo had to carry Castillo. Why? Castillo was holding the neck of Caraballo. And if one had been drowned, the two will be drowned. രണ്ടുപേരും ഒന്നിച്ച് മുങ്ങിപ്പോകും അല്ലേ, രണ്ടുപേരും ഒന്നിച്ചാണ്. സോ കാസ്റ്റിലോ വുഡിൻ ഗോ ഓഫ് ഹിസ് നെക്ക്. ആ നെക്ക് ഒഴിവാക്കിയിട്ട് കാസ്റ്റിലോന് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല, എസ്കേപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റാത്തൊരു ട്രാജിക് കണ്ടീഷൻ ദാറ്റ് വി കൻ സീ ഇൻ ദിസ് പാരഗ്രാഫ്. Then these two, Castillo and Caraballo, were 2 meters away from our Velasco. Then Velasco says, I figured that if they got just a little closer, I could hold an oar to them. Hold out an oar to them. കുറച്ചും കൂടെ എൻ്റെ അടുത്തേക്ക് ക്ലോസ് ആയിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ എനിക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാമായിരുന്നു, എൻ്റെ ഓർ എനിക്ക് അവർക്ക് നീട്ടിക്കൊടുക്കാമായിരുന്നു. ബട്ട് വൈ ടു ഗ്രാബ് ഇറ്റ്, അത് പിടിച്ച് എന്നിലേക്ക് വരാൻ വേണ്ടി, എൻ്റെ ലൈഫ് റാഫ്റ്റിലേക്ക് രക്ഷപ്പെടാൻ വേണ്ടി എനിക്ക് ഈ ഓർ അവർക്ക് കൊടുക്കാമായിരുന്നു എന്ന ഒരു പ്രതീക്ഷയോടുകൂടിയാണ് ആര്, വലസ്കോ. വലസ്കോ thought that if they are coming closer to me, I could have hold out my oar and they can hold this oar and escape to my life raft. Then what happened then? A gigantic wave lifted my raft then. What is a gigantic wave? A huge wave. I told you in the beginning, the weather condition of the sea might be changed. Everything depends upon the weather condition of the sea. I was expecting that I can save them. But at that moment, a huge, gigantic wave lifted my raft. And the raft in a pokey. Then, and I was on the top of the crest of the wave. ആ വേവിന്റെ ഉച്ചിയിലെത്തിയപ്പോൾ I could see the mast of the ship, the small ship. ആ കൊടിമരം എനിക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റി. This wave had taken me to the top. Then from the top I could see the mast of the small ship and heading away from me. That also going away from me. So I cannot give my oar to Castillo and Carabello. Then when I came down again, when I came down from the crest of the wave, Carabello had vanished, had disappeared. Carabello had gone with Castillo hanging on his neck. These two had been gone. Then whoever had been left, the next shipmate, I can see Rengifo. Who is Rengifo? Rengifo എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് എന്താ ഓർമ്മ വരിക? With his headphones aloft on his right hand. Always he was like that. He was well confident person, well experienced in the sea, not tired, okay, not panicked. A good hope he had to save his life, okay. ഇതുവരെ പിടിച്ചു നിന്നു രഞ്ജിഫു. Now then I saw my shipmate Rengifo. He was still swimming calmly towards me. Still he was swimming and trying to come close to me. Okay, that is the 7th paragraph. Now let's go through the next paragraph. 8th paragraph. Look at. I don't know why I did this absurd thing. Knowing I couldn't move forward, I put the oar in the water as though trying to prevent the raft from moving, trying to anchor it in place. Rengifo, exhausted, paused a moment, then raised his arm as he had when he held his headphones aloft and shouted again, "Fatso, row over here." Now, I thought that why I did this absurd thing, a useless thing. Why I did this thing? Not useful one. Knowing that I couldn't move forward, I know that I cannot move forward. So I put the oar in the water, as though trying to prevent the raft from moving. I was again trying to prevent my life draft by putting my oar. I know that it is a useless one, but my mind was struggling hard to save them. Then I can see Rengifo. He was still exhausted, almost tired. Exhausted means almost tired. He was pausing a moment, then raised his arm as he had when he held his headphones aloft. Still Rengifo, I can see raising his headphones aloft and shouting again to me, "Fatso, row over here. Come to me and save my life. Anyway, you come to me. I'm going to be drowned. My life is gone off. I'm going to die in this sea. Please come to me." Rengifo was yelling out. He was calling out. What a pathetic condition. What a tragic condition is this. Our poor Rengifo is also gone. Then what happened to Rengifo, we can see in the next paragraph also. Let's go through 9th paragraph. The wind was blowing from his direction. I yelled that I couldn't row against the wind, that he should make another try. But I felt he hadn't heard me. The crates of cargo had disappeared. and the life raft danced from side to side, battered by the waves. Listen. The wind was blowing from his direction. I cannot move forward to Rangifo. The wind was blowing against from his direction, and so I cannot take my raft to him. Then I was yelling out, I was calling out to him that I cannot move forward. You make another try. You come in another way. I told him. Then I felt he hadn't heard me, but he didn't hear my words to make another try. At that time, the crates of cargo had disappeared, and my life raft was dancing from side to side, battered by the waves. ആ തിരമാല കൊണ്ട് എൻ്റെ ലൈഫ് റാഫ്റ്റ് to and fro, dancing from one side to another side. So I cannot control my life raft. I cannot take my life raft to Rangifo. The last attempt of me to save my Rangifo had also gone off. Then look at another. Next. In an instant, I was 5 meters away from Rangifo and had lost sight of him. But he appeared in another spot, still not panicking, ducking underwater to prevent the waves from sweeping him away. I stood up, holding out the oar, hoping Rangifo could get close enough to reach it. But then I could see he was tired, losing heart. He called to me again, sinking, Fatso, Fatso. In a moment, I could see that I was 5 meters away from Rangifo. പെട്ടെന്ന് ഞാൻ അറിയാതെ 5 meters away ആയിപ്പോയി Rangifo-യിൽ നിന്ന്. I cannot see him. And lost sight of him means I cannot see him. But what happened to him? He drowned? He died? No. Rangifo didn't die. He appeared another spot. വേറൊരു സ്ഥലത്ത് പൊങ്ങി. But അപ്പോഴും എന്താണ്? The willpower of Rangifo. He was not panicking. Not lost his heart. He was trying his best to prevent the waves from sweeping him away. ആ സമയത്തും രക്ഷപ്പെടാനുള്ള ശ്രമത്തിലായിരുന്നു. Not panicking means ഒരു പരിഭ്രാന്തിയോ പരിഭവമോ ഒന്നും മുഖത്ത് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. He was well confident at that moment also. Then I stood up, holding out my oar, hoping that Rangifo could get close enough to me. Then I thought that still I held out the oar, and I thought that Rangifo could come to me by holding this oar. But then I could see that he was tiring, almost tired. കുറച്ച് സമയം കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പം almost exhausted, tired Rangifo was. He lost his heart. His final attempt was in vain. ആ ലാസ്റ്റ് ട്രൈയും എന്തായിപ്പോയി? നശിച്ചുപോയി. അതും ഇല്ലാതായിപ്പോയി. He called out to me again, sinking. Fatso, Fatso. He was still sinking. എന്താ sinking? മുങ്ങിപ്പോയി. And in the last words, Fatso, Fatso, I could hear him. My goodness. My last try of saving my Rangifo had also gone off. His fate was drowning in the water. That has happened. Then let's go to the 10th paragraph. What has happened to our Velasco? I tried to row, but it was as hopeless as the first time. I made a last try so that Rangifo could reach the oar. but the raised hand, which a few minutes earlier had tried to keep the headphones from sinking, sank for hour less than 2 meters from the home. How Rengifo had drowned. That is in the 10th paragraph. He says that I tried my level best. I tried again and again. Last and final attempt I had done. But Rengifo, then I thought that Rengifo could reach the arm, but the raised hand, which a few minutes earlier had been trying to keep the headphones aloft. How he had been drowned? By keeping the headphones aloft. He had been drowned forever, sank forever. He drowned forever. And this Rengifo had also died in the sea, in the shipwreck. Okay? And in the last we can see our Rengifo keeping his headphones aloft on his right hand. That was Rengifo. So, in these paragraphs, we can see the tragic condition of Castillo, Carabello and Rengifo. They tried their level best, but they cannot escape from the open sea. Of Velasco, he was still there in the life raft without having food and water. And in the open sea, we can see that the sunlight and the hot condition of the sky. Our Velasco was there in the life raft. He was still there, losing his heart. And he do not know who will come to save him. And the other character is, the other shipmate was left in the sea. His next try was to save that character. That we can see in the next class. So go through this 7 to 10 paragraph and read and do the exercises, do the question answers in the textbook. Okay, good, fine.